Stephen Elson, full-time Devils. Manchester United have beaten Northampton Town 3-1 in the EFL Cup, and we prevented the unenviable record of Jose Mourinho losing the 4 games on the bounce for the first time in his career as a manager. Thank God for that. It was a lose-lose game, wasn't it, for Manchester United? Because if we beat them, which we did, then everyone shrugs their shoulders and goes, you're supposed to beat Northampton, your squad's worth $500 million, theirs is worth 2 days' work for Rooney. You're meant to beat them. How about calm down? So, yeah, we beat them. No one's getting carried away about it. It does throw up some questions, but I'll get to them in a second. If you lose to them, though, regardless of the side that you've put out, as we've seen with the MK Dons game, regardless of the side that you put out, the fact that it's a League One opposition, you get pelters, and probably rightly so. I've seen a few people online talking and getting a bit giddy when it got to 1-1, like this is a joke. In truth, they was never really in the game. They scored from the spot. The game was a little bit erratic, but make no mistake, United was in control of this game. And it felt from the first couple of minutes that we was going to get a few goals, and we ended up getting a few goals. Michael Carrick's goal was an absolute peach. Herrera's was a rocket. Rashford's was a bit strange, but that shows you the quality that Marcus Rashford has, because one of his attributes is that dogged determination to just absolutely chase down anything. 50-50, no such thing with Marcus Rashford. Even if it's a 70-30 ball in your favour, like it was for the keeper in this instance, he still gets it and he still puts it in the back of the net. He had no right to have that ball or put it into the back of the net, but that's what determination and graft and attitude gets you. Which brings me nicely on to Wayne Rooney, and let's just look at it objectively. There was a couple of times where I saw United in and around the box, and Rooney had come out of it, and he was dictating passes and knocking them side to side for somebody else to cross into. And I'm thinking, who did crossing it to, Wayne? You're standing level with Michael Carrick, who's meant to be the holding midfielder. Who are they going to be crossing to? And inevitably the cross would go in, it would go to no one, and the team would reset. And I'm thinking, this is the guy that's meant to be playing number 9. I understand throughout his career, one of the best attributes of Wayne Rooney was the fact that he would drift out of position. But that's why you cannot play him as a number 9, because he doesn't have the positional discipline or the natural instincts of a number 9 to stay on the last man, to look in that last quarter, to try and get into a channel, to try and get ahead of that last defender, to come in late. He doesn't have any of those instincts. I don't know where his best position is, but it's certainly not a number 9. And I think that's shown it tonight. Some of his first touches just leave you going, I don't know what justification now there is from pundits to the management to justify still playing Wayne Rooney. Now, I don't want to go completely 2 feet in on Wayne Rooney here, because I think he does a hell of a lot behind the scenes. I think his personality has never been allowed to be shown, either by his agents or by the club, or for whatever reason. Because the players wouldn't talk about him, players that have played with him, the way they talk about him, if he was a bit of a dick in training and in the dressing room and stuff like that. He seems to have the respect of a lot of people that have worked with him, which makes me think that you're not getting the Wayne Rooney that everybody else sees. You're getting this version of Wayne Rooney, and that's not the true representation of what Wayne Rooney is. But you can't look at what he's done in the past for the club. You have to look at what is he doing for the starting 11 right now, and does he deserve to be playing in the starting 11? And I think you've got to go a long, long way to find someone who can justify a starting place. Other players are being moved out of position. Other players are being vilified. Other players are being pointed out and saying, you're not doing your job right, when in actual fact, the guy that's the captain, the guy that's wearing the captain's armband, the guy who's likely to be breaking Bobby Charlton's goal-scoring record at the club is an issue. At 31 years of age, he looks like a 38-year-old. His touch has left him. His instincts, that aggression has left him. You are looking at a shell of the player that used to play for us, the 06 to 2010 Wayne Rooney, who was undoubtedly world-class and undoubtedly one of the best players in the world. That player no longer plays for us. But enough on Rooney for now, because I think what we have to talk about now is the 2 excellent performances that we saw. Firstly from Michael Carrick, and secondly from Ander Herrera. Carrick shown with his range of passing, his control of the game, his quiet sweeping up at the back, why he needs to be starting games for United. He did a fantastic job tonight. Yes, it's Northampton, you have to take that into account, but his role wouldn't change regardless of who he was playing at. Nice for him to get a goal as well, because we don't see Michael Carrick scoring enough goals, and that is one criticism people have always had for him, that he never scores enough goals as a midfielder. But his game tonight was fantastic. I think he got given Sky's man of the match. My man of the match, though, was Ander Herrera. His energy and his work rate. That's two things that we've lacked in midfield. We're bottom of this most yards run table. And Ander Herrera will not allow us to be bottom of that. His energy is absolutely wicked. Whether or not he plays on Saturday, I don't know. After him playing tonight and starting tonight, I don't know if he's going to get the nod on Saturday or not. But what he does is he's getting ahead of the ball. When we say lack of movement, lack of energy, lack of a work rate, Ander Herrera is the antithesis of all of that sort of stuff. There was times where I'm looking at quite a static formation around the box, and everyone's sort of waiting for stuff to happen. Ander Herrera is giving the ball, getting the ball, giving the ball, and then making a move and darting across and cutting angles. And that's one of the reasons why I think you've got to play Ander Herrera. It's starting to look like the midfield three that we need to start playing is going to be Michael Carrick with Ander Herrera and Paul Pogba. And then maybe we're going to see the best out of Pogba. I still think Morgan Schneiderlin's got a lot to offer. I thought he had an okay game tonight. I didn't think he did much wrong. But again, with a lot of the players that are coming in, there's rustiness. They're still adapting to the team. They're still adapting to the system that Jose Mourinho wants us to play. I was a little bit gutted for Memphis and for Fosu Mensah for only getting 55 minutes each. They're two players that I think clearly need a bit more game time. They've not played hardly anything at all, the pair of them. So they're two players that I think really need to be given more minutes. And maybe 90 minutes today would have been better for them rather than pulling them off halfway through the game. Memphis especially, he looks like he's trying hard. It's just not coming off for him. Maybe he needs to go and spend a couple of weeks in the under-23s, score some goals, get that confidence back, and then we can bring him back into the first team. I don't think Ashley Young's deserving of a place in the first team at the moment, so you got to think who's going to be playing on the wings for the first team, and maybe that's why he brought him off. Maybe he's brought him off because Fosu Mensah and Memphis are in line for some minutes on Saturday, but they both didn't have good performances, so I think that the likelihood of that's quite rare. But there you go. So we are in the hat for the next round. Job done. No one's getting carried away at all. There's no need to get carried away, but we have turned it around a little bit. It was a much better performance in terms of the energy, and I think some of that's down to Michael Carrick and some of that's down to Ander Herrera. Also, Daley Blind back in the squad, and we win a game, so what's that telling you? A couple of defensive errors that we need to patch up, but we go into Leicester looking a lot better than we did just 24 hours ago. So all the fan cams are on the way very soon, so make sure you stay tuned to Full Time Devils, and we'll give you the view from the ground from everyone that was there. So thank you for watching. Hit that subscribe button if you are new. Give it a like and get your comments in. Who was man of the match? What do we do with Wayne Rooney? Does Ander Herrera need to start? And is Michael Carrick the key to turning our season around? Thanks for watching. See you in a bit.